Welcome to It's a Grand Life, where our mission is to be a voice for grand families and kinship caregivers everywhere. Did you know that in the United States alone, there are 2.3 million grandparents raising their grandchildren? 2.3 million. It's a Grand Life is committed to making a difference for those kids. That's why we have the podcast, a Facebook group, and the Grand Fund. The Grand Fund, which is a 501c3 which was launched in June of 2024, provides financial assistance to grand families, including shelter, food, clothing, and household needs. Grand families are in every neighborhood, in every city, every tribe, and territory nationwide. If this is you or someone you love, we're here for you, and we welcome you to join us on this mission. Our goal is to offer hope and resources to help you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us wherever you get your podcasts and leave a review. You can also join our Facebook group. Just search for it under It's a Grand Life. And your reviews, comments, and sharing of our podcasts help us reach others that need assistance. Welcome to another episode of It's a Grand Life. Hello, my name is Craig Nash. I'd like to invite you to another It's a Grand Life. And today we're going to Denver, Colorado, and I promise you, you are going to be blessed today. Our guest is Jacqueline Enriquez from Beloved Grand Families, and just the name of that organization warms your heart. And all the pictures I've seen from the grandparents and the grandkids that are involved with this organization, there's a lot of love that goes around. And Jackie, just thank you so much for joining us here on It's a Grand Life. We've been looking forward to having you on and to hear what's going on in this exciting organization that you've got going in Denver. Thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for welcoming me. So blessed, so nervous, but we're going to get through this. Yes, Mr. Nash.
Well, you've got so many positive things to share, and I love how you think, and your heart for your grand families is just overwhelming, and that's why you became, I'm sure that's why you were selected to become a grand voice through Generations United. And what has that journey been like? You're just coming on now, aren't you?
I am just coming on now. I'm very excited. I have attended a few conventions for Generations United and through some referrals. And so I just felt that I just needed to be a really big part of it. So I am now proud to say that I get to attend my first meeting this month and just be a voice and be an advocate for all of these grand families and these kinship families. So yay.
Well, you're going to be in the right spot, and I can't wait to sit across the table on the Zoom meeting with you. But tell us a little bit about Beloved Grand Families. How long have you had this organization? When did you start it? And what led you to do that?
So I started Beloved Grand Families in 2020. I started planning it in about 2019. This is just because a walk in my shoes. I had been working for the Federal Reserve Bank for 20 years in management. And then one day out of nowhere, Child Protective Services contacted me and let me know that my 2-month-old grandson was in intensive care and his 2-year-old brother had been taken from the only home he had ever known and thrown into foster care. So I kind of had to make an immediate decision whether to take them on or not. And of course, I didn't even think about that.
Right.
Well, unfortunately, when I got him home, we had to get him home, we had no car seats available for him. When I got home, there were no cribs, no bottles. It was just a little bit overwhelming. And then maybe 6 months after, I had to quit my job due to the cost of childcare. And then within that 5 years, I became really depressed. I became unhealthy. I used everything from my 401k and my savings, and I had to recover from myself to be able to be okay, going through navigating services and going through support groups and things like that. I healed myself, and so I decided to start Beloved Grand Families. I wanted to be that voice that those grandparents could call. So now I co-parent with my grandson's mom. They're now 19 and 17, and they have a 4-year-old sister with autism. And just through faith and work and healing ourselves and loving, we've been a success. And I just hope to share that with others, and just hope that anyone who reaches out, we can help walk along their side as well.
That is a phenomenal story. So
Thank
this
you.
is you've been on the grand family journey for 2 decades. I mean, you're in your second decade doing this. This is
Absolutely.
I mean, this is you're not a newbie to the class. You know, you absolutely could help all the folks in Denver, Colorado that are just raising the grand families. And what I liked when before we started the taping the program today, you were very aware of some of the challenges that grand families are facing, especially legal challenges, and it's this whole idea of, do I need to adopt? Do I need to have guardianship? And aren't you wrestling with a couple families right now that's just an acute issue for them? And how are you handling that?
That is a very huge issue. In Colorado, grandparents really don't have any grandparental rights. You can have temporary custody, and you can make decisions for them if you can get that when the child's abandoned, but you don't really have a lot of rights when the parent chooses to come in and take your grandchild away from you. Of course, we want all these families to be reunified, and we want to work a living family, but when that's not optional, well, it's really sad that you're concerned about your grandchildren and you have no rights to be able to make choices in their life for their well-being.
And isn't there an option to become a guardian of the children in Colorado, or is that off the table?
Oh, no, you can go to court and you can get that.
Okay.
Sometimes you can get the temporary custody or the permanent custody of them.
Okay.
It's hard to get adoption when you have a parent that is incarcerated and really wants nothing to do with the child, but yet they don't want to be able to give you the availability to adopt the child. And the sad thing is that when these situations are going on, that I'm finding out, it has nothing to do with the child. It's the relationship between the parent and the adult child, and that they don't have that. They're not there within themselves because they have so much going on with each other that they're not able to make good choices for the child. It's more in the need at that moment, like, would you say flight for life, maybe?
Right. And that's very true. So that if there was a better relationship between the grandparent and the child, I mean, not the grandchild, but the incarcerated individual, maybe they would look at this more objectively, that, gosh, I'm not in a position to raise these my kids, but my mom's doing a heck of a job, and she'll still let me go see them once I'm out of prison and what have you. And it's the most grandparents that I know, and I'm sure you feel the same way, are really all about what's best for the whole family. They want the child or the grandchild in a loving environment, but they want their kids to get their act together too. And that's part of the challenge, that grandma and the grandchild can be doing absolutely great, but that son or daughter in the middle, where there's some behavioral health issues or some substance abuse issues, and that's quite a challenge. I know that's our situation. We've got our daughter's got some behavioral health and some substance abuse issues, and deep down I know she's a really good kid, but we've got to get our priorities straight and get healthy, and of course we grandparents are mainly concerned about the grandkids. Are they going to be okay, or what can we do to put them on a safe and healthy path? And that's what you've done just for 5 years now. I guess you're in your 6th year at the beloved grand families, just looking at how can we help these grand families get on a safe pathway. And that's one of the reasons why I think you had Christmas for Kids this past Christmas. And
so, yeah, for the last 5 years, we've been financially successful to be able to have Christmas parties for our families. it's been probably over about 75 people coming, and we were able to provide gifts and things for like that. Last year, we got a one-time donation from the Next 50. They just loved it, and one of the representatives from there came to our party. Unfortunately, this year we weren't able to have a party. Well, the story is, I just have to say, God works miracles. My mom belongs to a sorority. Some of these ladies have been in there since 1963, and they had a little service fund of $50. And so they said, we're not going to give to the Ronald McDonald House. We're going to give to beloved grand families. And so they said, pick one of your families that we can buy them a gift. So I chose a grandmother that is 75 years old, who just adopted her 7-year-old granddaughter.
Wow.
Great granddaughter, actually. And we went to go get a gift. Well, one of the sorority sisters there, her son said, well, I want to buy them something. And then what happened is, I'll be real quick, but it's an amazing story, is the son works at Walmart. So then there were 6 people that said, oh, we want to buy for this family. So I got to bring them like a wagon full of gifts. Well, that didn't stop there, because the son, his sister, usually picks up a family tree ticket, and they said, oh, well, we're going to do beloved grand families. So they decided that they wanted to take on one of our families. And God led me to send this email to Mr. Nash and say, Mr. Nash, let's collaborate, and let's, just meet and see if we might be able to talk about these grand families. And right on the timing, right when it was supposed to be, his fund was able to support beloved grand families, and we were able to provide gifts and food boxes for 10 additional families. Oh, the smiles on their faces, the wonders. I mean, it was just amazing. And you know what? I wasn't looking. God opened the doors for this just to happen for these families. It was just like, when you follow this journey the way you want it, he wants it done for you and these families, hey. And that's the same with everybody's families. If they would just put, faith in there and try not to be so much in control, and know that you just share love with your family, and you're going to get the answers of what's going to be right for your whole family.
I couldn't agree more. And, I believe we're all connected, and we all want the same things for especially our grandkids. We want them to be healthy and to prosper, and it on behalf of all of us at It's a Grand Life, it was absolute joy of ours to help your Christmas program, and to help 10 families have a wonderful Christmas. I mean, that's just what our board is all about, and we're very thankful to be in Colorado. We've been helping folks in Nevada and Alabama and Atlanta and Michigan and other places, but we have not been in the Rocky Mountain State helping some grand families, but I think we're going to be there forever now. So that's what it's all about. And meeting you has been such a blessing, and your heart of faith and your love for these kids, and not only just the kids and the grand family. You're sharing with me your heart for these intergenerational relationships, how you want to really help families grasp how this can work, the living situation, how do we have a healthy relationship where we've got grandma and then the mom and the kids under the same roof. And, I just salute you in that, Jackie. I think that's a great idea. And where do you think that will take you?
I think it's going to do very well for reunifying families. When my daughter started to come back into the lives of the boys, one thing that I was a very big micromanager, and I had to realize that, what, my daughter's never going to raise these boys the ways that I raise them, with my ethics and my beliefs and the way that I was raised. That's the biggest thing. And I had to come to realization that, what, she's taking care of her boys and she's being a great mom. She's just not doing the way that I want her to do it.
Right.
And so it took a lot to learn that. And once I let that go and showed her that, how proud and supportive I was of her, I mean, things just really started to turn around. It's really important for us to let our children know that their parents love them so much. And it's just that at this time in life, they're just making bad choices in their lives.
That's a
They're
great
just
message.
making
Yeah.
bad choices, but our children don't want us to talk bad about our parents. And a lot of us sometimes, I'm going to be honest here. We have those feelings. We're humans and we're angry and we're mad and we think we know what's best, but we really always don't think what is best. My daughter and I are right now trying to work on something because we're coming in with families where you have to have boundaries. Absolutely, you have to have boundaries. And how do you do that? And how do you deal with that? And how do you have a healthy relationship? And it's really important to understand the shoes that she's walked in through her journey,
Right.
being away from her children. One of the biggest things she said is she's like, you know what? I just gave up. I just thought nobody was there. And so my children were better off with their grandparents. And I'm just going to go into a really dark place. And they think they're doing the best for the children because they're in such a bad way. So we have to have those boundaries, but we have to support them. And so we're going to really try to think of a workshop to be able to work with these families, to have that communication and that connection, to help each other walk in each other's shoes, to kind of understand where each other is at.
I absolutely love that. And when you get that workshop together, you need to come back and tell us about it, because I think that's something that would apply all over the country. And that's just really a great way to look at that. And so in just the few minutes we have left, Jackie Enriquez, what would you want our listeners to know about your journey with beloved grand families? How could you encourage us today?
I think the most important thing for any grandparent that's out there who is raising their grandchildren is to get into a support group wherever they can and start to socialize and get involved as much as you possibly can, because there's so many people like walking through those same experiences. Don't isolate you in your home and don't seclude yourself. There's so much out there and there's so much fun that you can have. We've had so many families be invited, and a lot of times grandparents say, no, my kids are in school. We're not taking them out of school. We're going to go and enjoy our day together. So socializing and sharing your story is really, really important. If you meet grandparents out there, talk to them, ask them about their grandchildren, get ideas, but there's so many different situations out there, you know what I mean? But just don't think that you're alone. And support groups are probably one of the best things that I could say out there, and socialization too, for you and for your grandchildren.
I couldn't agree more. And, I remember reading a Wall Street Journal article a couple of years ago about this loneliness epidemic in our country. And, that's why, you don't be a lone ranger. You've got to be part of a support group. Don't isolate. And, socializing is so important. You're not alone. You're never alone. And so that's one of the reasons why we wanted to have you on It's a Grand Life, because that's, you're such a warm and caring person that folks in Denver, Colorado should be aware of beloved grand families, and they should attend your meetings, because I know you just, you take folks out to lunch when it's their birthday. You want them to be seen and heard and know that they are loved. And that just comes through so strongly. So Jackie Enriquez, thank you so much for being our guest on It's a Grand Life. We really appreciate all that you're doing. And you have an open invitation. So when next time you're working on your next project, there's probably this intergenerational workshop. Sounds great. We want to hear all about it. And we want to see if that is something that might catch on across the whole country. And I look forward to our first meeting together with the Grand Voices. I think it's next week. Didn't we say that before we went on the air? But thanks for all you're doing. And at the bottom of the screen, when our producers got this all set, the name of your organization as well as your website and everything will be listed there for folks that watch this and want to find out more about how to get in touch with you. So thanks so much for being our guest today. We really appreciate it.
Right. And don't forget, we're going to meet for, I have found 5 grandparents writing their own memoirs now. So I can't wait to talk to that in the near future. Thank you so much for having me. And and many prosperous blessings, and for all of you grand families out there that are just taking care of your grandberries. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. And we're going to see you another time on It's a Grand Life. And thank you, folks at home, for listening and watching us wherever you get your podcast. You just give us the fire to keep going, and we just really appreciate you so much. But thanks for tuning in for It's a Grand Life, and we will see you next time right here. Thank you for joining us today for It's a Grand Life. It's a Grand Life provides vital content, regulatory updates, and subject matter experts that are committed to supporting the 2.4 million kids and their caregivers from every neighborhood, every city, every tribe and territory nationwide. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts and leave a review. Every new subscriber and review helps us reach others that need assistance. As caregivers, we are united in purpose. We are driven by hope while providing strength for today and hope for tomorrow. We are truly making a difference while living the grand life. If you have a suggestion for a future episode, please reach out to us. But we'll see you next time for another It's a Grand Life. Thank you for joining us.